Very nice. Very nice to be here. I'm glad you guys all got my Truth Social Evites. The one guy got that. Hell yeah. Is anyone on Truth Social? Has anyone figured out that login process? That is the social media thing Trump started, and dude, it doesn't work. I tried to log in because, spy a little, find out. I want to know when the next thing's happening so I can be ready, know where not to be when the next one's going down. So I tried to log in, and it doesn't work. They're like, give us your email, we'll send you a login. And I didn't get the email for a week, and I'm like, they need some liberal engineers, is what they need. That's why you got to reach across the aisle sometimes, because all the good engineers are a bunch of libs. That's who they are. You can tell technology is more of a lefty thing. You can tell based on the right-leaning memes. You can tell. Because the memes from the right, a little pixelated, all right? They could use a phone call to Silicon Valley and go like, how do I change the resolution? Dad, that's why you got to reach across the aisle. They need some liberal engineers and like an advertising team. Truth Social, that's not a good. That sounds like a church dance, doesn't it? Truth Social sounds like a dance a church is putting on to compete with homecoming. They're like, everyone's going to get pregnant at homecoming. We're putting on our own dance. It is Truth Social. It will be done at an arm's length distance. That's how we dance. It will be truth. It's so nice to be here. We're out. We're celebrating. We got California. I think we got the masks to be over. And as soon as we threw them away, World War III started. That's how that happened. As soon as we threw our masks, like, oh, a helmet now? Nice. Move that mask, put on that helmet. I have no idea what's going on. I'm Hungarian, so my friends have been asking me. I was born in Budapest, they're like, what's going on in Russia? And I'm like, what? I don't know anything. I don't know. And they're like, well, ask your mom. My mom doesn't know. What do you think? She's friends with Putin on Facebook? Like, what do you want? I don't know what he's doing. I do feel bad for the Ukraine because no one's helping. Everyone's just kind of like we dropped off some weapons, but we're like, we're not going to fire them, but there you are. It's a real half-ass way. It's like every karate movie where the karate master sees the kid's ass get kicked and he could simply just jump in and go, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's like, but instead, I'm going to train you for 6 months. And then you can do this fight yourself. It's like, why don't we just go kick their ass right now? See, everyone's like, we don't know. It just seems really half-assed. It's like watching your neighbor do yard work. And you're like, he could use some help. And you just drop off a shovel. Like, good luck with that. We're going to watch from the window. He's using that shovel pretty good. Yeah, 90 Day Fiance, which is like, if you don't know that show, that's like where people from third world countries come over and sleep with our ugliest citizens. It's like a sexual fear factor, is what it is. They're like, how badly do you want to leave your country? You willing to sleep with this guy? Yeah. He breathes out of his ears somehow. We don't know how he does it. So we were watching that show. I love it. And then it's fun because they get to go through typical relationship issues. And then my fiance and I watch it, and then it makes us feel better about our relationship. And I think that's what's good about these dating shows. You watch somebody having a bad time, and you're like, well, we got each other. We're doing it right. Look at those losers over there. Not us. We're doing amazing. There's a little person on this season. This guy flew from Arizona to possibly marry a little person. And as we were watching that, my fiance goes, if I was a little person, would you date me? No. No, I wouldn't. And she got offended. She's like, that's wrong. You can't say that. And I'm like, are you serious? You wouldn't date me if I was 2 inches shorter. If I was 2 inches shorter, you would have been like, pass, and you're like, she's like, you're right, you did just make the cut. And I'm like, I know, so don't you dare judge me for me being honest. But yeah, I don't know, I'm getting older. I'm not older, 35 isn't old, but I'm changing, you know, I'm changing. I'm slowly turning into a Republican. I can feel it. I can feel it. I think it happens naturally, you know, I'm 34 going on 35, I'm straight, I'm white, it just comes up, and I'm like, we need some order, like it just, I'm trying to fight it, but it creeps up. I realized it was happening because they put in bike lanes in my neighborhood, and I was ready to write to the mayor. It was a mayor I voted for, and he's like, I'm going to put in bike lanes. I'm like, that's cool with me. I don't ride a bike, but I know people enjoy it, so put in the bike lane. And I voted for him. And he didn't mention that if we put in the bike lane, we're going to lose a lot of parking. And I found that out naturally by trying to go around and do stuff. And I'm like, all the parking's just painted red, and it's just bike lanes, and no one's in them. There's no one riding a bike, and it's just me and 10 cars circling the block looking for parking so that one imaginary guy sometime when I'm not on the street can just... And I'm like, I don't, no. And also, if you ride a bike, just ride a regular bike, all right? It's a good design. 2 wheels, a seat, you're up here, ride. You ever see a weird one where you're like, why couldn't you get the normal one? I couldn't. I saw one person riding the bike, they had one of the lay-down bikes. You ever see one of those? Has there ever been an exercise that looks more court-ordered than just someone's worried doctor? You need to start exercising. Like, all right, but I'm not sitting up, all right? I'm gonna look like a gurney got loose out of the back of an ambulance. That's what I always think of every time I see one of these. It looks like a gurney got loose out of the back of it. And I can just imagine EMT people trying to chase him down. Ma'am, we gotta get you to the hospital.